What's good, YouTube? My name's Elliot, but you may know me as the Immature student. Did you think that writing a short story was like writing a novel? Today, my top 5 tips on writing a short story. Number 1, the circular narrative. This is something that many successful short stories do, and it's something you should consider playing with. A circular narrative simply means that your story begins and ends in the same, if not a similar place. This can mean a physical place, i.e. you can start in the bathroom and end in the bathroom, but something has fundamentally changed throughout the story, so there's a slight difference in the scene. But it can also mean figuratively, i.e. it doesn't start in the same physical place. Perhaps no one even moves during the short story, but you start with a similar image or motif. You start and end with someone speaking. The same person, that is. You start and end with a thought process. It doesn't have to be a physical place, but you start and end in the same place. Number 2, character-driven. Novels have plenty of space. They have scope to play with these gigantic plots where people travel across the globe and they go to China and they get an artifact and then they come back and they save the world. Short stories, you don't have that space, right? In 1,000 to say 5,000 words, roughly, you do not have space for that. So your stories should be character-driven rather than plot-driven. That means that you're dealing with the minutiae of someone's life as opposed to saving the world from the big bad. Number 3, focus on small things. So this follows on from character-driven. I've said that you should be character-driven and not plot-driven, but what I mean by character-driven is you need to focus on these small things. So focus on a husband or a wife finding out that their significant other hasn't been paying their bills because they have a gambling debt. Meeting the love of their life, or finding out what it is they need to do, like what's their calling for the rest of their life. A small moment of change, but something that is big to the person, but is small physically. Number 4, conflict. Even if you're dealing with small things, you still need conflict. So with that in mind, the conflict can't be saving the world, right? You don't have space to save the world. You definitely don't have space to save the universe. But conflict can come from tiny things. It can come from character A and character B wanting 2 different things, 2 things that they're going to have to clash to get. Or indeed character A and B wanting the same thing but wanting to go different ways about it. So there needs to be some kind of conflict, whether it's internal within one character, between multiple characters, or it's external. But be careful of external because, again, you don't have much space and you don't want to waste too many words on laying out these giant kind of plot holes. Number 5, omissions. Master the omission. With a small word count, what you take out is just as important as what you leave in. With that in mind, I don't mean just cutting out a word, so not just going through and cutting out every and in your short story to reduce the word count. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about reducing word count. I mean specifically leaving things out to create meaning. So you put sentences in to create meaning. Of course, all of your words create meaning, but also what you choose not to say, specific things that you omit, can add to the meaning. In that way, you can give someone a story of 150 words on the page, but with the white space, with the omissions, with what you set in motion in their mind, they take away 300, 1,000, 5,000 words of story. Okay? Omissions are something you have to play with in the short story. So, those were my top 5 tips. Hope you enjoyed them. Comment down below with what else you want to see. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace and love, and I will see all you people in the next video.